Angel Reese may have tapped out and quit on the Chicago Sky. Everybody is speculating, what is this back injury? Is the back injury? Everybody's questioning it now. And this will be a third straight season where Angel Reese did not finish playing in game. I think Whitlock is onto something. I see other people talking about this. People talking about it all on Twitter.
Angel Reese just made a shocking move by leaving the Chicago Sky. And truthfully, this could actually work out in the team's favor.
Vandersloot, their point guard early in the year.
Yeah, that was a big loss. Them losing Courtney Vandersloot was a big loss. They got Rachel Banham playing point guard. Kia Nurse, ill.
She sat out for most of the season, claiming a back injury, but now she's completely stepped away after her reputation plummeted and fans grew tired of the excuses.
What is really going on with Angel Reese? Has she just flat out quit again? Has she quit on the Chicago Sky? Angel, you gotta be, hold on, you have to have some level of...
Angel Reese's ongoing disappearing act has practically become a joke at this point. For the third season in a row, she hasn't finished what she started. Just like clockwork. Back in 2023, it was the infamous wrist injury, complete with a dramatic announcement that she needed surgery to avoid arthritis before turning 25.
For being honest, maybe more reason why she's out right now might be secretly shopping her. They're not secretly shopping her. You don't fake back injuries. You don't fake back injuries. Running from the grind, man.
There was no attempt at a comeback, no effort to finish strong. Just like that, the season was over. And now in 2024, she's repeating the same pattern. This time it's a supposed back injury, but one so vague it's almost laughable. No clear diagnosis, no recovery timeline, not even a single in-game moment where you could point and say, that's when it happened. It just seemed to appear out of nowhere, like a magic trick.
Chicago Sky, you quit. You quit. You threw in the towel. Once you realized you no longer, you never stood a chance, to be honest, with Caitlin Clark for that Rookie of the Year.
And somehow, the timing of her injuries is always perfect, conveniently showing up right after losing streaks or personal setbacks. Suspicious, right? At this point, it looks less like bad luck and more like a pattern. Fans can keep calling it coincidence, but it's hard to ignore how often it happens. She's been absent from some of the biggest games, including skipping the Sky vs. Fever matchup in Indianapolis, the one everyone had circled because of the Caitlin Clark rivalry hype. But don't worry, she'll just chalk it up to rehab.
Like she is asking for a trade. Or she's at least implying she wants to be traded. Because at the end of the day, you just never know.
Now, let's take a look at how the team performs without her. The Chicago Sky are 1-10 without Angel Reese this season. Sounds rough, right? But here's the twist. People are starting to notice the team actually plays more cohesive basketball when she's out. The ball moves better, the offense has rhythm, and players cut to the basket freely instead of constantly feeding one player's ego. That's the part her camp never wants to acknowledge. And let's not forget that early season slump. She was shooting just 28% on layups before the All-Star break. Layups.
Everybody was on you shooting 28% on layups. Everybody's tearing you up on the internet. The All-Star votes come out and you saw Kiki Area Finn and all these other people in front of you and realized, oh, damn, it looked like I'm not going to make it. And then you turned up.
I mean, shooting 28% on the easiest shots in basketball is just unbelievable. And it wasn't until the public started calling her out and the All-Star votes weren't looking good that she suddenly stepped up her play. Funny how the threat of losing a popularity contest can instantly boost a shooting percentage.
You threw in the towel and said your wrist was hurting for the rest of the year and didn't play again. This past the inaugural season of Unrivaled, you didn't even finish that season.
Let's break down these so-called injury excuses, because at this point they feel like reruns. In 2023, it was the wrist, a season-ending injury paired with a dramatic warning about arthritis. And just like that, she was done for the year. No attempt at a comeback, no effort to push through for the team. She just walked away.
Like, we've seen different tactics being used. Is Angel Reese trying to get traded, bro? Are you trying to get traded, Angel?
Then in 2024, right in the middle of the season, out of nowhere comes a mysterious back injury. No one knows how it happened. No one knows when. The only update we keep hearing from coaches is the same recycled line, day to day. They've been repeating it for months as if that would stop the questions. And the kicker? Somehow, Her back was perfectly fine during All-Star weekend. She was on camera smiling, posing for photos, standing for hours with no issue. But when it came time to play actual regular season games, suddenly the back flares up. Real convenient.
She just stopped. Some of these injuries, we saw the injuries. We didn't see what happened. What happened? This is bad.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is dealing with a very real, well-documented groin injury, and everyone saw exactly when it happened. Yet she's still traveling with the team, staying engaged on the bench, breaking down plays, supporting her teammates, and even injured, she's averaging 16.5 points and nearly 9 assists a game. That's production. That's leadership. You don't see Clark vanishing behind vague, day-to-day excuses.
Reese didn't even show up to the Indiana Fever game in Indiana. She's not even showing up to the away games anymore. She's not showing up at all. She's just not showing up.
And let's be real, it's no secret what's happening with Reese. People have been speculating for a while that she sits out to protect her image and her stats. Can't risk those numbers tanking during a losing streak, right? Better to avoid going 3 for 14 in a blowout loss. Instead, she sidelines herself while the PR team spins it as rehab. Some analysts have even compared it to Kawhi Leonard's load management, except at least Kawhi has medical receipts. This is worse because there's zero transparency.
It looks like Angel Reese wants out, y'all. Angel Reese seems to be looking for a way out of the dumpster fire that is the Chicago Sky. And I gotta be honest with you.
Remember the All-Star voting push? She was sitting at 13th in the early results, a brutal reality check for someone who markets herself as the face of the league. Then suddenly, she flipped a switch, going on a 10-game tear to boost her stats and secure that All-Star spot. And once the selection was locked in, just like that, the urgency disappeared. That's not the mindset of a true competitor.
Remember, she quit in Unrivaled. She just stopped playing in Unrivaled. Said she was hurt, didn't show up for the championship game, didn't even show up and watch. Last season, she claimed her wrist was messed up, didn't finish playing in none of the games.
That's not a competitor's mindset, that's a marketer's mindset. And speaking of marketing, let's not forget the Indiana snub. She wouldn't make the trip for the Fever rivalry game, but just weeks earlier, she had no problem traveling to the same city for All-Star weekend. So, her back can handle the trip when there are cameras and endorsements involved, but not when it means going head-to-head with Caitlin Clark on the court. Sure, totally believable.
Playing games. Angel, where you at? Where are you at, Angel? This is nuts.
The truth is, her image as the face of the franchise is collapsing. People are starting to notice that branding takes priority over basketball. And when your team's record and chemistry actually look better without you, that's the exact opposite of what a franchise player should bring. The worst part is how predictable it's become. She hits a slump, maybe gets called out publicly, then suddenly a mystery injury shows up. Coaches repeat the day-to-day script, fans argue online, and she spends weeks in street clothes. Yet she somehow always finds time to appear at media events or sponsor gigs. At this point, it feels like she's perfected the formula.
There's no details. Every day we hear that Angel Reese is day to day.
Facts. Hey, Whitlock, take this pot. Keep cooking, stir the pot.
The Chicago Sky without Angel Reese actually resemble a real basketball team. Her fans won't like hearing it, but multiple commentators have been saying it for weeks. The ball moves, the chemistry looks smoother, and the offense isn't bogged down. When Reese is off the floor, the guards are free to run the offense instead of just waiting around to feed her for an awkward contested shot. The wings cut hard, the spacing improves, and possessions don't stall out because the ball is stuck in one player's hands. That's not just an opinion, it's what people watching the games are noticing.
But I think Angel Reese, and I'm saying this with my chest out, I think she's quit on the Chicago Sky. She's been claiming a back injury basically since the All-Star break.
Angel Reese has gone from the face of the Sky to a full-blown PR headache. 3 straight years of untimely injuries have built her a reputation as the player who disappears when things get tough, the opposite of clutch. Call it the ghost gene.